Okay, it's actually been quite a while since I made the last video on this. We just did a trip, and I had to have this put together. I was literally installing the taillights as we were packing it up to leave. We've got the trailer. Got it halfway home, and the wheel falls right off. I don't know, came around the corner over there and saw the trailer was sitting real low on this side, and yeah, now it's up on the jack on that side. The tire was good, but now it's burned rubber, it isn't good. Surprisingly, the old tire is still doing fine. Try and extend this out, put deck boards on her, and drop the camper. So, see how that works. This is what we're working with though. It's got stabilizer jacks, which are seized up. It's got an axle that's too small. It's got two different wheels. It's still got the crank mechanism. It used to be a tent trailer. So, yeah. She's gonna come out another 3 feet, I think. Let's make that happen. Alright, we got the tires, we've got a rolling frame now. It's a lot taller than what I thought it'd be, but hey, that gives a good ground clearance. We've got the boards here, they're all going, there's just a few of the cutoff pieces, but these two here are actually screwed down in. And then I've got one up there, another one there, and then we'll start doing the full length ones here. So that way the tires have room here, because one board wasn't quite enough. Two is putting it quite a bit back in, but whatever, that's how it has to be. I didn't want to get all fancy and cutting live exposed edges right beside where all the crap's going to be flung up at it, so keeping the nice pressure treated sides there. I think it's around 15 or 16 feet now from tongue to tail. And it's got a 12-foot 2-inch bed on it, which before it only had, I think it was 8 or 9 feet. So we really extended out the back here. You might notice the axle is in a weird position for a trailer, but right now it's actually exactly dead center. You can take one finger and lift the front end with no force really. But we did that because the camper is going to be stopping right about here. It's going to stop a foot ahead of the back there. And then it's 8 feet long, the base. So it'll come up to somewhere around here. And the center of gravity on that camper, we tested it out. We're actually putting it about probably 8 to 8 inches, maybe a foot back of the axle here, which normally you want more tongue weight, but we're doing this so that way up front here, once the camper stops here or wherever it is in there, it'll go up and then over. And what that'll do is that'll create a storage space right in here, a nice big storage space. And then we'll also have the massive AGM battery up here and a propane tank. So all of our weight that's going into here will be on the front. So that'll easily offset. I think the battery alone will offset the camper being back of the center point by a foot. So that's the plan. And now it's just a whole crap load of drilling and tapping. Alright, so there's the camper. And here's the trailer. This thing is so well balanced that you can literally pick it up with half the force of like one single finger on front. Like you sit it down on its tail here and it takes a while for it to fall back forwards. It's almost dead center. We just checked on all the wiring here. This thing's been ripped apart for other projects. What we've got is there's 120 coming in from the regular trailer exterior plug, but then you also have 12 volt. So we found out these, see if I can get a good angle here. These two white wires are 120 going out. This black wire is 120 coming in. And these are all 12 volts. And we think those are all 12 volts. Along with all those are 12 volts. So it's a bit of a mess. Oh, and this is for the AC unit and that plug over there. So it's been a little while since I did an update, but this is on right now. I'm underneath the trailer, and as you can see, I got stabilizer jacks in the corner. I got two up front as well, and this is where the trailer ended. So this was the last bar of the original frame, and then we extended it back to the back bumper there. It's I think an additional 4 feet. We've got oh geez, my arm. We've got two 2-inch square tubing 1/8 inch wall for this one and that bar. These two middle bars here, and then the side bars there and here are 2-inch square tubing 1/4 inch wall. And then this is just the belly bar that would normally go underneath the truck, and that holds down the front of the camper. What I've done is I've taken 1/8 inch wall, 2-inch square tubing, and I've bolted it to the 1/4 inch wall. And then right now I've got those orange straps going up from it to the camper, and this is going to hold down the back of the camper. So up front here we were able to just bolt it straight into the frame, but these basically they hook into it up at the top here, and then they hook into your frame, or on a truck it'd hook into the bar that goes underneath the front of the box and the hitch in the back. So that's our rear bar. We've got wood along the back here just to fill it in to make it nice and even. So we're painting it up with the black trim clad to match the fenders that were painted black, and the frame was originally powder coated, or I don't know, some sort of paint, a really thick paint on there. But that's the nice black. So we're doing that, and then we might coat this in the same color just to make it nice and uniform. Up here we've got the front brace that holds it back in case we have to lock up the binders real quick. Oh, tongue jack. The window's finally clean. And this whole front area we're going to close it in. I don't know exactly how yet, but I want to maintain all this storage space here. There's a lot of space there, so you can do that. The battery's going to go right in there. I'm going to switch out for some plywood. Courtney gave it its first wash job in probably like its whole existence, so it came out a brand new color. Got all the stabilizer jacks on it, and yeah, everything. These are the old jacks that were like actually meant for it when it's in the back of a truck. I've left that on there just, I don't know, in case I have to take it off for some reason. And then we've got our back deck. It's a nice large deck. Got to put the filter back on the AC, and I'm going to mount a TV up on the wall here, the other side of this little wall. So yeah, And that deck is at the perfect height to act like a seat. So that was unintentional. It was only supposed to be about a foot big just as a step, but then we started positioning the camper for a center point, and now I've got this like 2 foot deep deck. It's pretty good though. I already patched along the roof there in a couple of spots, but that vent there, it needs some new love, so it's got to be peeled up and completely redone. I think that sealant job's working, so we'll see. It's supposed to rain. Oh, and I need to replace the little cover strip, what it's supposed to look like, and that's what it's doing. So that's a cheap, easy fix.